Welcome. Today, I am tapping as an answer or a response to a question that I received from a mom through my email on my website, coparentingwiththeuniverse.com, asking me, you are always talking about tapping on dissolving this and dissolving that regarding the problems that we have with our teenagers. But what if we can't even think about our teenagers because there are so many things going wrong that you get a bad sensation in the pit of your stomach, like right here, when you think about just thinking about your teenager. So today, that's what I want to help you dissolve or help you with that sensation and lower its intensity so that you can get to a point where you're neutral enough to actually be able to think about it and maybe get inspired to the next right action. Because if you can't think about it, you cannot get inspired. If you are all in turmoil, you are stuck in fear or whatever negative emotion you're experiencing, and you can't actually get inspired ideas. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, if that's you, or by the way, if it's someone you know, just point them towards this tapping session. This is a tapping session to help you start where you are. So, get an assessment. I know you don't want to think about it because it's uncomfortable, but the only way to heal is to feel. Like you can't heal if you can't feel. I always tell my clients that. And we're going to go to that negative emotion, but we're not going to stay there. I'm going to help you lower its intensity. And you can repeat this tapping session anytime you need to, by the way. So close your eyes, think about what's going on with your teenager. I'm going to stay pretty general. I'm going to say this situation with my teenager and this sensation and this emotion that I feel about my teenager. But you, in your head or even out loud, you are going to be as specific as possible. For example, if they are smoking weed, I know a lot of moms are struggling with that. If they are skipping school, if they are defiant, if they are disrespectful, if you continuously argue with them, you are referring to that specific situation. When I refer to something more general, so it's more applicable to all of us. So go into the situation, feel in your body what kind of sensation does it bring, where does it fall in your body, what emotion do you feel, and maybe you have a thought that comes to mind. I don't know, I can't, it's too much. Whatever is happening for you is your truth, and you're going to rate the sensation from 0 to 10, 10 being the strongest, like it's overwhelming, and you're going to do the same thing with the emotion. So in most cases, what I find with my clients is that they're both joined. So you're going to say it's one number, like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. And some people are even like 11. I can't, it's too much. I can't think about it. Take a note of it or write it on a piece of paper, and we're going to return to that later. So let's go and let's tap. If you're new to tapping, that's okay. Just do what I do and say what I say, with the exception of being precise on your situation, and or if a word doesn't resonate for you, just change it to one that does. Even though I have this situation with my teenager, and I can't even think about it without feeling horrible. All these negative feelings, all this uncomfortable sensation in my body. I choose to give my body permission to relax, and I choose to love and accept myself completely. Even though I have this situation with my teenager, and just thinking about it, I can't stand it. My emotions are so strong that I get this feeling in the pit of my stomach, in my throat, wherever it falls for you, that I would rather not think about it at all. I choose to give my body permission to relax, and I choose to love and accept myself completely. Even though I have this situation with my teenager, and it is so painful to think about it, that I would rather not go there at all. I would rather avoid the whole topic. And I feel guilty about it because I don't do anything about it. I choose to love and accept myself completely. And I choose to have compassion for myself. This situation with my teenager, this sensation in my body when I think about it, these negative emotions of fear, anger, guilt, shame, whatever is true for you. This sensation in my body, it is so strong that I would rather not think about it. This situation with my teenager, I don't let myself think about it. This is too painful. This situation with my teenager. The pain of thinking about it. The sensation in my body. All these emotions that are uncomfortable to feel. This situation with my teenager. This situation with my teenager. We're going to stop tapping now, and we're going to do what is called a 9-gamut in tapping, because if the sensation and emotions are too strong, we want to make sure we neutralize them. So I'm going to guide you through eye movements, and if you feel that it's too much for you to repeat and tap at the same time and do the eye movement, just do the eye movement and tap here. You can put your thumb here to stabilize yourself, and you tap between the fourth and the fifth fingers on the top of the hand. Now close your eyes, open your eyes, and look down to your right, like if you wanted to look at your right shoulder without moving your head. Now come back to center. Look down to your left, like if you wanted to look at your left shoulder. Don't move your head. Come back to center and look up if you wanted to look at your eyebrows without moving your head. And now start rolling your eyes in one direction or another. It looks like that. Very slow, very slow. So as you roll your eyes, I'm going to talk. You can repeat or not. This situation with my teenager. This pain when I think about it. This powerlessness and all these negative emotions. This situation with my teenager. This pain when I think about it. These feelings of powerlessness, guilt, confusion, anger, sadness. This situation. Now change directions when you get to the top of your eye roll. This situation with my teenager. The pain I feel when I think about it. Continue rolling your eyes. This situation with my teenager. It is too painful. I feel powerless. This situation with my teenager. And now get back, finish your roll, and stop rolling your eyes. Continue tapping on your hand and just hum a tone. And now count back from 5, sorry, to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hum again. And stop tapping. Shake your hands. Do a little bit of calming yourself down. It's called heavening. Take a deep breath. A sip of water, if you have. And go back to thinking about this situation with your teenager and see if anything has changed. If it went down, then you're ready to do what we're going to do. We're going to do one last round on the more positive side. If not, go back to the beginning of the tapping session and redo it until you feel that there is a lowering of the intensity of the painful sensation and emotions when you think about your teenager. Because the last thing we want to do is to stay like that and reinforce the association between this situation with your teenager and the negative emotions. And that's what you're going to do if you practice it without calming down your nervous system so that the intensity is lowering enough. So if you're ready, if it has gone, let's say, from a 7 to a 3 or a 4 or a 2 or a 1, you're ready for the next phase of this tapping. This situation with my teenager. I feel a little bit better about it. I can now let go of the emotions attached sorry, with this situation. I choose to let go of the negative emotions attached to this situation. As much as I can, I'm letting go. And imagine that it's leaving your body. Letting go of the negative emotions attached to this situation. choosing to step back into my own power, choosing to connect back with my own wisdom, opening to guidance from above. Take a deep breath, feeling more neutral about it. Feeling that we can make some progress. Opening to inspiration. Opening to belief, to believing that I can find solutions. Opening to receiving guidance. Opening to being able to look at my teenager without thinking only about this situation. Opening and willing to get back to love and the love I have for them. Now take a deep breath and think about your teenager and see what has changed. Doing this tapping session over and over and over will help you install an association of a more neutral emotion to that situation, so that you can get to a point where you can think about it without being in anxiety, fear, powerlessness, guilt, etc., 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 and literally calm your nervous system down to a point where you're going to be able to function with your whole brain, including the entire potential in your frontal cortex for being resourceful, for finding solutions, having ideas, and your highest potential to receive guidance from the universe. If you know my story, I mean, I went through very difficult stuff as a single mom with three teenagers, and two of them were completely out of control, acting in self-destructive ways. We after that went to one suicidal attempt. So I am not telling you things that I haven't done myself. Therefore, I know it's possible. If you have questions, comments, anything, you can put them below. You can reach out to me in a more private way through my website, coparentingwiththeuniverse.com, or anyway, if you see me on Facebook or somewhere else, send me a message. This tapping session, if you want to go even deeper and really find a way to change to a point where you are becoming the person who can have the most powerful impact on your teenager and this situation, because we don't control anyone, not even our kids. We don't manifest for anyone, not even our kids. But who we are, how we act, what messages we send consciously or unconsciously, there are many, 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 many cues and clues and communication that is non-verbal and not conscious, that is going on with us, with anyone actually. If you want to become that person, you need to encourage this change. And I have on my website a combination of a tapping session and a meditation that will help you change effortlessly, because you're going to enlist your inner resources to do so. So if that is something that is appealing to you, I'm putting the link below and you can go and purchase it. I'll see you next time. I wish you a lot of progress, a lot of hope, a lot of stepping into your own power, because it is possible.